when I went back to look at the stats, I always had nice flowers and everything like this page. That's Jen, and she also did defense for us. Liz Default. And Dana Goodwin, she played big. This next player is our goalie. She's probably one of the most improved from the beginning of the year. We're not getting out those personal awards for the teams this year. However, I can see her confidence from the beginning of the year scrimmages up to the end of the season, and she improved tremendously, and she's never one that looks for recognition. So tonight I'm going to give it to her. She definitely kept us in some games, and she's one of the reasons why we came out on top in some of our other games too. So it goes to Taylor Stewart. One of the players that has a strong person in her back is Emma. She's one of the consistent players back there. And Michaela Sullivan, who played mid and forward as well. Now to my next twin story. It's the second set of twins. I'm trying to figure out how I can tell the difference between Allison and Sarah Weber. Nobody helped me with this, but I figured out that one of them has bangs and the other one doesn't. So the one who wears her hair fully back in like a scrunchie that starts with an S, that would be Sarah. That means that Allison has bangs. So I can tell the difference now. So Allison Weber, she played forward for us. And Sarah Weber. I'm telling those jokes just because the whole team, the whole program, I have kind of an odd, quirky, dry sense of humor, and that's exactly how I learn their names. Think of little things like that. Which brings me to my junior. This player would do everything that I asked of her. Anything that Coach Clark would ask of her. If I needed to get in touch with players, I would reach out to her, email, phone calls, trying to figure out how we can communicate through to the team, and she stepped up in a leadership role since our junior Katya. So I'd like to thank the team. I had a pleasure coaching them this year, and I hope I have the opportunity to coach again for Norton. And I'm going to be working in the off-season. I was referred to Brigham Women's for cartilage reconstruction and ankle fracture surgery. So I'll be doing my best to try to get in shape, either go through that or go through rehab. So I'll be doing my best for prepare for next season. I hope you guys continue with whatever you do, a winter sport, a spring sport. Please forward your schedules to me, and I'll try to make this many national games that I can with your experience. So thank you very much.
Good evening. Marathon players, Coach Cunningham contacted me a little while ago. He got caught up in a job. There's a little problem that happened, so he sends his regrets. He wasn't able to make it tonight. But he wanted to thank all you guys for a great season, and he apologized for not being here. So that leaves a very unprepared varsity coach to do all this. So please forgive me. But just in general, a JV program this year, the record I believe was 10-2-3, which is very, very good. And we don't really look at the record at the JV level. We really look at the development, which again, the statistics and how things turn out speak for themselves. And Coach Cunningham worked really hard, and we were able to get a lot of players up practicing with varsity. this year, and also in some games. We had 2 full-time varsity players by, at least halfway through the season or so, with Abu and even, and plenty of other players still got 1 game in for us. So that's what we look at, and this is probably the most players we've ever got from JV into a varsity team, which we're very proud of with this program. It's a very nice job this year, JV, and we have a bunch of awards as well for you. And again, I apologize. I'm sure our Coach Cunnington could speak a lot more about these players. But let's start off with Unsung Hero. This Unsung Hero award goes to a center back who is naturally very, very quiet, but very, 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 very disciplined back there. Playing to be a center back, you have to naturally be a leader. You don't really have a choice about that. Unsung Hero award goes to somebody that just does their job very, very well, but doesn't necessarily get all the glory at the end of the day. And from what I know about Jack, certainly seeing him in preseason and the little time when I saw him this year, he is definitely worthy of the Unsung Hero award. Jack Clark. All right, next is most improved. We're going to have a similar speech here because we're going to go to the other center back. So everything I just said about all the attributes of a center back apply to the other center back. I remember looking at watching Noah in preseason, and I also got a good glimpse of him during preseason as well. And we all had talks as coaches, and we go through things, and it wasn't going to quite work out with varsity for Noah. But I looked at Coach Cunnington and I said, hey, let's keep an eye on him. He's got a good set of skills. Let's develop him. And he moved him back to center back, and Coach Cunnington came up to me and said, hey, what do you think about that thing about Noah at center back? It's not his natural position. I said, well, I think that's fantastic. Let's teach him the job, and he's got the skills. Teach him the job, and let's hope that he has some success there. And looking at him getting the most improved, certainly we can deduce that he had a lot of success there. So once again, a very well-deserved award, Noah Tapper. All right, no more center backs are getting an award today. This next one is Coach's Award. This is very, very specific to each coach. Again, I don't even feel right talking about this because it's a very personal thing to Coach Cunnington. But looking at it, I totally get it. Because you really start with the personality with the kid on the Coach's Award, and this kid certainly has the personality that any coach is looking for. And I can say that with the utmost confidence because I asked him to be a practice player and join us for the playoffs and all that. So hopefully Coach Cunnington will have more of an opportunity to talk to Jack Davis. Coach's Award goes to Jack Davis.
Yeah, Jackie!
What's up, John?
Rookie of the Year Award. As we talked about, when you have the success, 10 wins, 3 ties, and there are only a couple of losses, this award could certainly go to a lot of people. And certainly a lot of kids getting brought up to varsity know that there's a lot of competition. One player that seemed to stand out to the whole program a lot, little tiny forward who played very, very, very big. So this year's Rookie of the Year was to Sean Murphy. I say little tiny. Next year he'll be bigger than me, beating me up on the field. MVP award, most valuable player on JV, a player that stood out more than anyone else. Really, really controlled the game. And once again, I know Coach Cunnington isn't here, but all the coaches can kind of see it as well. And certainly the 3 varsity coaches saw it. Pretty soon we brought this kid up to be a practice player, and he immediately had a big-time impact with our program. And I said, Coach Cunnington, I'm sorry to do this, man, but he's not going back down to JV. So we ended up taking him at the varsity level for the remainder of the year, but he certainly started off as JV, and he will be the JV MVP. I know that he's not here tonight, but the MVP goes to Ethan Banquet. I think that's about it for the JVs. I have been instructed that it is cake time. Oh, that's giving me the eye. I know that look. Well, I'm just going to do this.
We have a representative from the girls JV team come up to the front, please. With Mrs. Baglis.
Never mind, they kind of jumped out of turn. They already gave it to him. Oh, actually, no, it was awkward.
I think it's cake time.
Okay. Let's have the girls go through the cake and dessert line first, and we also